I think we're going to start. I hope everybody's have a good connection. So, good morning, everyone. My name is Adeline. I'm the head of All4Pack, and I'm delighted to welcome you to this webinar today. So, thank you very much for joining us. As you know, this webinar is part of a long series. We think it's our mission to provide our packaging community with the latest updates and contents. So, of course, All4Pack exhibition takes place in November 2022 in Paris. But we feel like in the meantime, supporting the business and providing innovation is part of DNA, actually, to better serve the community. So today we are very pleased to talk about the revolution of packaging. I'll be hosting this webinar with Fabrice Peltier, our package expert. So good morning, Fabrice. Welcome to this webinar.
Good morning. Good morning.
We're both very happy to welcome Arnaud Rolland, Corporate Social Responsibility Director of Coca-Cola Europe. Arnaud will share with us the latest packaging of Coca-Cola Europe. Good morning, Arnaud. Welcome to
Hello,
this
everyone.
webinar. Thank you very much for participation today. You may ask your question actually via the chat, and we'll provide all the answers at the end of the presentation. So there by itself, we asked 30 minutes, and we leave 15 minutes afterwards to open the Q&A session. So I think time to start now. Fabrice, the floor is yours.
Okay. Hello, everybody. I'm Fabrice Peltier, and I want to speak with you in English. My English is not it's very Frenchy English, but I hope that you understand everything. After 1 year of this packaging revolution, I want to speak with you what emerges from the emergence. In my book, I present 28 different trends, and 9 trends about papers and cardboard, 9 trends plastics, 7 trends for new alternative, and 3 trends for glass and metals packaging. The purpose of today is not to speak of all these trends. You have everything in the book, and if you want to know this trend, you have to go to read the book. I want to speak with you today about the 7 main direction, main trends that the brand goes today, and with Arnaud we discussed about these 7 current trends. The first very big trend is with papers and cardboard, and papers or cardboard for zero or less plastic. For zero plastic, we can see a sort of renunciation with zero plastic. Piece of plastic inside cardboard packaging disappears, and you have no windows. You have windows without plastics, or blister completely in cardboard. It's 100% recyclable, and sometimes with integration of recycling paper. This trend is very important in fruits and vegetables, because with the law they have no choice, and at the end of this year, for fruits and vegetables, it's impossible to use plastic, and they go very quickly in this direction. But you can see this direction with zero plastic in secondary packaging, and the plastic wrapping is now a lot of brand choose cardboard on this to make this secondary packaging. And it's the first question I want to to ask to Arnaud, because Arnaud, Coca-Cola is known everywhere in the world with on this trend. Can you explain us why and how?
Yeah, thank you very much, Fabrice. Basically, this kind of initiative is based on consumer perception. All these plastic shrink, plastic films for the pack of cans or bottles are mainly perceived as waste by consumer. Even they are recyclable in theory. They are hard to collect, and they mainly perceived as a waste for consumers. So we decided 2 years ago at a European level to remove all the plastic shrinks, starting with our can packs. And that's what you see on this slide. Today, all of our pack of cans everywhere in Europe you use no longer plastic. It's an economy of more.
Arnaud, je t'arrête. Il y aurait un problème technique et apparemment le webinaire n'est pas lancé, donc nous sommes tout seuls, tous les deux.
Adeline,
je vous interromps un instant, il y a un problème. Est-ce que Fabrice, tu as un bouton? Ah, il y a quelqu'un qui dit qu'on peut nous entendre. Alors c'est bon, vous pouvez reprendre, désolé.
Est-ce qu'on voit nos slides?
Oui, c'est bon.
Ah ben, il n'y a pas de problème technique alors.
Vous entendez là, le son est très haché en fait, le son est très haché.
Ben, moi j'entendais très mâché, oui. Bon, ben, on continue.
Okay. So I was just saying, so it's a European initiative. So now all our pack of cans are without plastic. And we have launched this in every country in Europe. It was quite difficult, technically speaking. We made a lot of time to make the improvement on this, but now we are there, and we are very pleased with this new packaging.
Okay, Arnaud, thank you. It's zero plastic, but to make packaging with paper and cardboard, and to be waterproof, and to be waterproof and to resist to the grease, you need we need plastic. And the second trend, and there is a lot of brands go on this trend, is new bag with only 3% or 5% of plastic to make the barriers, and now you have this trend. And the last packaging was les crudettes for salad, and it's just a varnish inside, 5% of varnish, to be waterproof and to protect the salad. It's a 95% of plastic less. You have this trend. You can see this trend on glass box or some other products with a little part of plastic inside. For 10% to 20% of plastic, there is also some new packaging. It's not varnish. In this case, it's a sort of liner of little very thin plastic film inside, and it's less plastic. It's less plastic on the packaging, and you have all the barriers and the essentiality on this packaging. But at the end, you in the recycling process, you have to take care of this part of plastic. for jar and for tray, exactly, we see exactly the same trend with cardboard in cellulose or in paper, folding paper, with less plastic, 10% and 20% plastic. And you can go like this with 25, and it's a sort of rise of less plastic, but there is plastic in the packaging, and you can have 50% of plastic, but you must be careful with this, because in France at the moment, when you have 50% of plastic, you can go in the paper and cardboard recyclable process. But in Belgium, it's 18.5%, and in Germany, it's 95%. And this point is very important, because it change, and you have to go in the direction of less and less plastic in the packaging. To have not this complex film, you have another trend is a separable cardboard and plastic. The tray of plastic is very thin, and you can separate the plastic and the cardboard to be better in the recycling process. And this trend is a very important trend on bottle and for liquids product, and everywhere in the world you see a new sort of paper bottle. We call this paper bottle, but the paper bottle is a plastic bottle, very thin, and a plastic bottle inside, and the shape with cardboard or cellulose. There is another family. It's a paper bottle with a PET preform inside, and you see a lot of major brands, Absolut, L'Oréal, PepsiCo, Volvic, goes in this direction, the direction of the separable cardboard and plastic. But with this solution, there is a lot of question, and I want ask to Arnaud another question, because Coca-Cola goes investigate this direction with this product. And how it's work? Is it really recyclable? Can you explain about this trend, Arnaud?
Yeah, about the paper bottle, to be very clear, we are at the early stage of development. Why we decided to make a real test with consumers with a limited series of this kind of bottle, is to verify the consumer behavior facing this new type of packaging. Of course, today it's not optimal, because you have a cardboard, but you still have plastic inside. So we need to validate the recycling process of this new type of packaging. We need to validate the fact that the consumer willing to separate the two, the cardboard and the plastic, so make the good gesture. So today it's not ideal, but still research in development on this. But the end game of this paper bottle is, of course, to cut the plastic inside it, and to make a real paper bottle that will be able to contain beverages in every condition of logistics, etc., and make it convenient for consumers. So still a lot of work to do on this, but interesting to see if we can build with other players a credible alternative to PET and single-use plastic.
And the end, maybe for you, Arnaud, it's chromatogeny. The chromatogeny, it's a perspective, it's a new technology to make a paper bottle hydrophobic and waterproof. You investigate the chromatogeny. For you, it's really a perspective, a future trend.
I can't answer you precisely on that. It's almost research and development, but yeah, for sure, it's a kind of options. Every options are open today. Yeah.
Okay. After the paper of cardboard, I want to speak about the plastics, because plastic are not. If plastic is very on the revolution, but plastic goes to be 100% recyclable and recycled. I want to show you the trend. The first trend, and we speak. There is a lot of discussion around this. Is for plastic. It's monomaterial, mono PP, and polyethylene, and mono polypropylene, because there is some investigation to be more recyclable in the process. It's why you can see on packaging this packaging is now recyclable. It's a monomaterial. But to be recyclable, you have to know exactly what is polymer. And there is a lot of investigation and a lot of work for the recycling process to know exactly what is this plastic. Is it PET? Is it PP? And some with the black carbon inside, there is no black carbon, or the shrink sleeve to have PET very clear and no coloration inside. It's a big trend to make the plastic very, very easier to recycle. After, it's integrating of recycled material for the PET, PP and PE to be more and more plastic, recycled plastic inside. And now you have 100%, but when you have 100%, you are not white, you are gray, and we have some new trend. The gray is a new green, to understand. But for PE and PP, it's not food contact. The only integrating food contact is PET, and you have the bottle in PET, or the jar of Bonduelle 100% recycling, and the other product. I think it's I tell this integrating. It's very interesting to understand there is a new look for the consumer. The recycled look, the gray. I explained the gray, or this brown color, because at the end of the recycling process, it's sometimes difficult to have this crystal aspect of PET. This integration, Arnaud, you do it, and can you speak about this integration? Because I know that Coca-Cola is very involved in this trend.
Yeah, absolutely. On this point, the challenge is to achieve a 100% circular PET bottle, which means integrating 100% recycled plastic. But our vision on this is to use every recycling process available on the market. As you know, we have invested for a long time in the recycling mechanical process. We have a joint venture in France. We have partnerships through all over Europe on recycled PET based on mechanical process. But part of the future will also come to the chemical recycling, which we call depolymerization of PET. And our vision of the bottle of the future to make it 100% circular is to have 60 to 70% mechanical recycling with PET, 20 to 30% coming from chemical recycling, and the rest maybe also come from plant-based PET. So we will use the street technology to make our bottle fully circular. We already have some countries in Europe who are already fully circular. It's the case in Sweden. It's the case in Belgium also. More and more countries in Europe are moving to 100% PET, recycled PET for all our small bottles. That's the direction we are taking in France too. But it's important to have in mind that we will need more collection of PET bottles in the future. Remember the European regulation. We need everywhere in Europe to collect at least 90% of all PET bottle put on the market. So this will make a major change to go circular throughout Europe. And that's clearly the direction we are taking now.
And this little bottle, you can see, because this little bottle come from the sea.
Yeah.
Is it communication, or is it what there is? Because there is, I think I have you send me this bottle from my book, and it's number I think it's number 100, and I see number 100 of 200 bottles, but there is a lot of communication for just 200 bottles. Can you speak a little bit about this bottle?
Yeah, actually, we made a very small production of this bottle. It was the first food grade bottle for beverage made from plastic waste collected in the sea. So it was just to show to our stakeholders that it was possible with chemical recycling, with collecting any type of plastic waste we can find, that it is possible to make a food grade bottle with that. So it was just to illustrate our strategy and what I've just said before.
And this one too, because you speak about this previously, but it's a plastic, the plant bottle, and I call you when I write this book, and I tell you, oh, it's the name plant bottle when I see the number of only 30% of vegetal, but it's in your strategy. It's mixed all the plant origin with plastic recycling and marine sea plastic. It's mixed everything to have at the end a better plastic. Is this?
Absolutely, you're right. Plant bottle is quite an old initiative because we launched our first plant bottle in Europe. It was in 2009. So you see all the improvement we have made since that. Yeah, the vision is that because we face a recycled PET shortage everywhere in Europe with a price increase. So we need every stream of recycled plastic It can come from chemical, of course, that will be the majority. It can come from chemical recycling, but also we would need at some point some quantity still based with plant bottle process and technology. And that will make our bottle fully circular and make it sustainable.
Okay, thank you. Yes, you know the 3R decree, it's a reduction. We speak about reduction of plastic inside the cardboard, recycling, and the new R is reuse. But reuse, there is absolutely, it's a big trend, and it's a second stage for me, the second stage of the revolution for less unique usage packaging, and it's reuse. Reuse, the glass is absolutely glass is. We think when we think reusable packaging, we think of glass because when I was a young boy, there is this packaging, but it's not only glass. It's a glass, of course, but it's steel. Not it's stainless steel. You can see the system experience or the packaging in aluminium packaging for ankle or no, it's not ankle, it's Unilever. And the plastic, for me, I explain in my book, it's a real opportunity, reusable packaging for the plastic. Donc it's a big revolution for the packaging, and at the moment there is only some experience. And Arnaud, I know that Coca-Cola is in this experience because you work with loop experience or monoprix experience. Can you can explain what's, because I think that Coca-Cola is everywhere. Coca-Cola is in paper, is in plastic, and in reuse packaging.
Yeah, so all these reuse initiatives are really part of our packaging transformation strategy. The goal is to build alternative to single-use packaging. And for that, we choose to work with Carrefour on the Loop initiative. And as you know, this Loop initiative is now live in some Carrefour stores. And Carrefour has quite strong ambition to develop this kind of offer because they announced this year that 500 stores will have a Loop corner with all the type of products present there by 2025. So it's moving fast, and we are using our experience and our knowledge on refillable glass bottle with deposit system. And the first consumer feedback of these initiatives are quite excellent because people understand really quick that it's another way to consume the product they love, the product they want, in a reusable version. So they understand the zero waste direction behind that. So yeah, it's our role to offer to our consumers different choice, different way to consume our products, and this one is may be part of the future solution that will be developed in the market.
How many loops can make a bottle? Because in the picture in the middle of my slide, you see this sort of gray part around the bottle. How many loops average make a bottle like this?
So those refillable glass bottles are designed to make, in average, 25 cycles.
25.
25, yes. They are designed for that, up to 25. So some of them, of course, may make less than that, but some others can do more than 25. It's really depending on the logistics condition and the use condition from the consumer, etc. So, but in average, 25.
And have you some, in Coca-Cola, some comparison between the ecologic impact, analyse de cycle de vie, between the this packaging to your unique usage with recycling bottle? Is it comparable? Have you some information about this?
Yeah, you're right to raise the point, because it's the main issue when you do refillables and reverse logistics with reusable packaging. If you want to have a low carbon footprint with that, you need to respect two conditions. The first condition is the distance between the production and the selling point. And we estimate that for us, it's under 250 kilometers to make it work. And the second one is the number of cycles you are able to make with this kind of products. So if we do less than 250 kilometers and 25 cycles, we are in a virtuous model with a low carbon footprint. Yeah, but you need to respect that.
Okay, it's very interesting to see that a big company, the world company, investigate all these different trends, and we can see that these different trends, in 7 trends, but 3 big trends: the cardboard packaging, the plastic 100% recyclable, and this trend of reuse packaging as at the moment the main trend that we can all companies have to investigate. Thank you. I think we can go to the question. We have 10 minutes for the questions. Olivia?
Okay.
Adeline?
So, yeah, it's time for the question. I think we had bad sound at the beginning of the webinar, so sorry for that, but now I think it's much better. So we had a lot of questions. Arnaud, I got the first one for you. What is the carbon footprint balance between plastic and paper for the Coca-Cola secondary packaging? That's the first question about carbon footprint.
Yeah, very good question. When you remove plastic shrink, of course, it's based on consumer expectation. I don't come back on that. But the carbon footprint is not so much better doing cardboard. But this initiative is to remove plastic, hard to recycle plastic. It's not to lower the carbon footprint. However, we pay attention to carbon, of course, but the cardboard has no negative carbon footprint comparison to plastic, but you have no gain, no special gain on carbon. It's not made for that.
I can give some information of this question because it's always come when I make this presentation. Of course, for Coca-Cola, maybe there is more carbon with a couple of the product and the packaging, but for alimentary packaging, the carbon is not the packaging, the carbon is the product, and the carbon of the packaging is 3 or 5%, and when you change, it's not a lot of in the product impact, and be careful. The problem of the packaging is not really the carbon, and for the law, it's not really the carbon. The problem of the packaging is the recyclability and the integration of recycled material, and it's why we have to be very, very careful when we speak about carbon in the packaging. Another question?
Yeah, yes. I have a few others. One question is about recyclers, and the question is how the 10% plastic with paper is recycled. Is it accepted by paper recyclers?
Maybe Arnaud, I can make the reference. Yes, it's the plastic at the end of the process of cardboard is, of course, is at the moment a problem because there is no solution. It's a lot of time you go to go to the fire, not recycling. But we have to change this, and it's why there is this separation. But the separation, it's not to the consumer makes the separation. It's maybe in the process, recycling process in centre de tri. Maybe you can have a response, Arnaud, on this, no?
No, you mentioned it, that the main trend is to achieve, to have less and less plastic associated with cardboard packaging. We are working from our side on the cups, for instance. But today, the paper recycling process accepts all the cups, even you have a small layer of plastic inside. It's accepted, but clearly you have to be cautious of the amount of plastic you use in the production.
But I explain this in the book. It's a packaging revolution, but at the same time, it's a recycling process revolution. So it's not only the packaging change. There is a new solution with the recycling process. And we have to be very open on this because the world is changing. Another question? Yeah.
We have a lot of questions regarding quantity of material, and actually one of them is there enough material to guarantee the production of full recyclable packaging? And this is linked to another question saying 100% recycled bottle for Coca-Cola, does it leave PET available for other brands? So question about the quantity. You addressed it a little bit, Arnaud, during this presentation, but we have a lot of questions about that. So maybe you can get back again on this topic, if you will.
Yeah, it's a key question, actually.
Yeah. Lots of questions, yeah.
If you want to make more and more recycled packaging, of course, you need first to collect them. And that's why the key challenge for the next year is not to make the recycling industry work, because the process are in place, the technology exists. So the key challenge is the collection. So we are working on that. You know, there is a lot of debates in every European countries on do we need a deposit system, for instance, for plastic bottles and cans, etc. The debate is open everywhere. You know that Scotland will go to a new deposit system very soon. The Portugal will do the same. The debate is open in UK, it's open in France, it's open in Spain. So clearly, when you look at the collection performance throughout Europe, what you see is very clear. See, only European country with deposit system have a collection rate above 90%. It's true in Germany, it's true in Sweden, it's true in Norway. So we do say that we need this kind of system everywhere if we want to meet the European target. So yeah, collection is key. We will need to collect more.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I have another question for you, Arnaud. One of the participants is asking, where is the paper bottle tested? Which countries for Coca-Cola?
So we have made a limited series of this paper bottle in Hungary. It was in May. So it was very small initiative. It was really just to test the first consumer reaction behind that. But for today, we are not planning to extend it everywhere else. As I said, we are still in a research phase regarding paper bottle.
But with the same technology, Arnaud, with the same technology, there is Absolute vodka bottle, and there is L'Oreal, but it's not on the market at the moment, but the Carlsberg bottle was the same. It's exactly the same technology, Arnaud.
Yeah. Paper bottle, you know, is a coalition of players working together to accelerate the research on that.
Maybe a last question, Arnaud, for you. Someone is asking, what is the main action at CCEP to improve the collection of plastic?
So as I said, I mentioned deposit. We have the experience at CCEP to have deposit in the German market. We are collecting in Germany 95% of our PET bottles and cans. You know, in France, we are far much lower than that because we only collect 55% of PET bottles. So you see the gap. So what we pledge in France is to just copy paste what is working everywhere in Europe and to implement it in France. But of course, we cannot do it alone. So it's a long journey to get there. But the circular economy law is saying right now that in 2023, a decision will be made with all key stakeholders to go on deposit or not.
All right. Okay, thank you very much. I think it's time to conclude now. We had a lot of questions. We can address them through the website also. So I hope you enjoyed our seminar. I would like to thank Arnaud, Rolland, and Fabrice Peltier, as well as all our participants today. So the replay will be available on All4Pack website. So it's all4pack.com. And so we'll be delighted to welcome you also in November 2022 for All4Pack in Paris. So in the meantime, stay tuned. We will be coming up for new developments and organize new webinars as months passes. So thank you very much for your participation and have a very good day. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.